Hey guys, it's Blue from Throwback Games, and this is From Zero to Hero, episode number 3, and in this episode, I'm going to be going over the basics of aiming, so I'm not going to go into too much depth. For example, I'm not going to go over spray patterns or crosshair placement. I'll touch on it a little bit, but I'll go in more depth in those in later episodes of From Zero to Hero, so stay tuned for those. But I'm just going to be giving you a few basic tips to basically set your aim in the right direction to improve, especially if you're just starting out. You don't want it to get too complicated, so I'll just give you a few basic tips, and the first of which is going to be always aim for the head. So you're going to want to look at your crosshair and always keep it at head height. That's basically as simple as that. Obviously, certain situations, not many, but certain situations will call for you to maybe aim lower. But for the most part, you're going to always want to keep your crosshair at head length or head height. So to practice this, is kind of goes into crosshair placement in a bit. But to practice this, you're going to want to go into a deathmatch or this server, which is called aim_bots. You can find it on the Steam Workshop. I think it's really good for practicing and warming up. But yeah, even when you're moving around, just keep your crosshair at this head length at all times. So if you do peek a corner, you're just going to be able to pop a guy in the head, you know. Pretty simple. But that's basically it. I apologize for that Skype beep. I don't know why I never go on Do Not Disturb, but don't hate me. Anyways, the second tip is going to be don't shoot unless you're going to get a headshot. Obviously, again, in certain situations, maybe you just want to spray a guy from behind. Even that, you probably just want to aim for the head from behind because that's a guaranteed kill. If you go for the spray, you know, you could end up missing. Then your recoil is messed up, he turns around and kills you. So again, don't shoot unless it's a guaranteed headshot. So if you're in a one-on-one, for example this guy, and you shoot like that, you just not on his head whatsoever, every time you do that you're going to mess up your recoil, and you're going to have to reset, which is going to give him a few more seconds to kill you. So just make sure you got a guaranteed headshot before you take that shot. Obviously, sometimes you're going to miss, but you're going to want to try your hardest to get that headshot. And finally, tip number 4 is going to be to always keep moving. Now, you have to move correctly because moving around like this and just, you know, expecting to actually hit people is not going to work. So you want to utilize the strafe technique, which is just using A and D to move around and to fire. And this makes you a lot harder to hit. And, you know, it's just a lot better for one-on-one fights and pretty much everything. So you're going to want to always be moving. Yeah. But, again, you don't want to be moving while you're firing. So make sure to always stop before you fire. As you can see, what I'm doing is if I'm going right, I'll hold down D. And then before I shoot, I'm just going to tap A quick. And that's going to stop me because you do slide if you just kind of release A and don't tap the opposite key. You're just going to slide and it's not going to be good aim. As you can see, that went down there when I was aiming up here. So it's basically just the AD technique. So if I'm moving left, I press D quick to stop myself and then I quickly shoot. And so this does take a lot to master. You're not going to get it right away. But like I said earlier, just go into death matches, and especially this map, this is really good for practicing that technique, the strafe technique, so make sure you do that. And yeah, just come in here, practice until you feel comfortable with it, and then try and convert it to, you know, a matchmaking game. A lot of things that I see new players doing wrong is just standing stationary while they're shooting, and that's probably their biggest problem, especially for new players, because, you know, they're just standing here, they're easy targets. They're literally as easy of targets as these bots are, and, you know, look how easy these guys are to kill. So don't be stationary and don't be crouching, because that's one of the worst ways to get you killed, along with spraying and, you know, standing stationary. So just make sure to keep moving. It's as simple as that. Obviously it's not going to come right off the bat, but just keep practicing. Eventually you'll get all these tips, and it should improve your aim a lot and make you a lot better player. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found it helpful. Anyways, see you next time. Peace.